Hey, welcome to Big Mike and Little Ant channel. We appreciate you guys coming out to check us out again. We're actually here for a spoiler discussion of The Boys. Now, if you saw before, we did a non-spoiler discussion of The Boys episode 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
This will be a spoiler discussion of the current place where it's episode 1 through 5. I kind of gave you the what we're doing before I introduced ourselves this time. I'm gonna switch it up, but I am Big Mike. This Little Ant.
Yes, sir.
All right. And of course, we love giving you this content. And, this is very, very fresh. Episode 5 just dropped on Friday. So if you haven't watched it yet, we will say once again, it's a spoiler discussion. So don't keep watching the video. However, if you have, I would love for you to, join in and comment on our review. So let's get right into it. Anthony, what you think so far, man?
All right. So now when we did our review of the first 3 episodes, I wanted to say more. But now I can on camera. So again, guys, you are warned. Stop watching if you didn't watch the actual show, season 2. Now, when it first started off, I thought it was okay, but I was like, all right, where it left off in my mind at the end of season 1, I couldn't wait to see what happened with Butcher's wife. That was like probably the most trivial thing. And
Yeah.
so this is what I want to ask you, so now I can ask you on camera. I'm not sure, like, season 1 ended with them trying to make it seem like she cheated on him. But then I'm like, so wait, did he rape her and get her pregnant?
Yeah. Well, she confirmed in this season, in episode 4, that he did rape her.
Yeah,
And
but
then
was she just saying that to Butcher, not to tell him the truth? Because I feel like I don't think it's cut and dry that he just raped. I feel like willingly, like, think about it. So he raped her and then just hid her away because he raped her.
no. What she said was that he raped her and she didn't say nothing. But when she found out she was pregnant, she went to Vought because she knew it would be a Super's baby, obviously. And they hid her away because, they all powerful Vought or whatever. And they hid her away, but didn't even tell him, Homelander, stuff
Right.
like that at the time. That's why he couldn't find them, all the time himself and stuff like that. So that's what she's trying to say. So. Like, so neither Butcher or Homelander knew where she was at until now and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, that may be a twist. She may have just given it willingly, and that may be why she didn't want to go with Butcher in episode 4.
That's the way they made it seem at the end of season 1. When season 1 ended, I left off like, yo, all this time you was thinking she got killed or something like that, and she's like hiding out. But I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. Because that's the part. Like I said, Homelander didn't know either. So it was really Vought who did all the hiding. Vought is almighty powerful. And we're gonna talk about Vought right now. Is almighty powerful with all the money, everything, and they control, so much. But episode 1, 2, and 3. So it comes back this season with Butcher not being with the guys,
right?
Because how episode
with the boys,
how the last episode ended. The boys are hidden away in some basement under some like electronic store.
Yeah, porn
but,
shop, I think, right?
Yeah, porn shop where nobody can really find them. And then they're still trying to figure out how to let people know about the Compound V, and that they used that to make soups and stuff like that. And after that, Starlight and Huey, they meet up in secret locations and stuff like that. So they don't kill Huey, and eventually she gets the Compound V from some guy in Vought and puts it out. Yeah. And then of course A-Train, who overhears her and threatens to put her out there, but she threatens to put him out there about taking the Compound V. So that first part, what would you think about all that? So in the beginning.
I mean, it was cool. I guess I was sad that Huey and Starlight wasn't together anymore. They've really dialed in to make you feel so sad for him and for her, like they're the hopeless romantics. They want to be together. So it's good to see that later on they had that little one moment where they spend the night together. But I want to talk about that one guy. His powers was that you could cut him apart. The guy that stole the Compound V. Remember, he was in the hotel letting the guy cut his hand off
Yes,
for money.
yes.
Like that
Yeah.
was
Well, his
crazy.
powers was that he can grow back. He was like a frog almost or whatever.
Yeah,
He can grow
like a
back all
lizard.
his limbs. Yeah,
Yeah,
like a lizard. Yeah, grow back all his limbs and stuff like that. But that's interesting that, and to think about it real world wise, then I can see that being a fetish for some people.
yeah, because it
And
reminded me of Hostel. Remember the movie
yeah,
Hostel?
yeah, yeah,
People
yeah,
was
yeah.
going to Europe to kill people in these underground things. Like they paid a lot of money just to kill people. So it was like, yeah, if he could cut his arms off, like, and it doesn't hurt him at all, you know. But
Yeah, and it grows back, stuff like that. So,
right, so he could do it again.
people, I think, yeah. So I can, I think we've gotten to a place in 2020 where pretty much anything can become a fetish,
Right,
and I think the boys kind of illustrate that very, very well. When
right.
they show scenes like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight on that because I know we're spoiler discussion. We can talk about anything. So I
Yeah,
just wanted to, you mentioned, Compound V. So I want to give a little detail on the guy who actually stole the Compound V for her.
yeah, exactly. He stole it for her. He was a old, I guess, high school classmate or something like
He
that.
was at, when she was in like the church thing.
Yeah, the church thing
Yeah.
with her and stuff like that. Yeah. And then we saw Aniko, who's a part of the boys. We saw her brother this season in the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you feel about his powers? Because I feel like his powers was cool, but then it was stupid that if you just put his hands down, he can't use his powers. So he had to make his fingers move in order to levitate stuff. So all they did was tie his hands up and put his hands down, and then he couldn't use his powers.
Yeah, I think that's weird. Like, us being comic book fans as well,
Right.
it feels like their powers were never, only stopped by their hands. So that I thought they put a limitation on him.
Because I feel like when people had telekinesis, it usually was with their minds. So how
Right.
can you stop their mind, right?
Right.
But in this, it was literally with his hand. So I feel like it was a good way to make him not super powerful, because how would they write the scene to kind of stop him the moments they did, Like when Nico jumped on him, was choking him out, where she wrapped her legs around his arms and held him down,
Right. Because she knew she was already his sister, so she knew,
right.
how to stop him and stuff like that. So, and then we see Stormfront finally catch up to them because he was portrayed to be a soup terrorist, as Homelander would say,
Right.
and Stormfront actually, you see how powerful she is for the first time.
Here's what's crazy, like, okay. Well, at the end of episode 5, you really see how powerful she is. But yeah, I didn't know she was that powerful. And then you find out she was Liberty from, like, I don't know, 50 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So she easily killed Nico's brother. Yeah, then you see in this episode, how real powerful she is. Exactly.
Yeah, her character is probably the best thing in this season because it reminded me of Breaking Bad. When season 3 happened, they threw in Saul, Better Call Saul. And then his character just made like the show go to a different level. She's just that super a-hole that say whatever she want when she want, and her character is like so take the show to a different level, because even though she's with Vought, but like Homelander can't stand her. Like everybody can't stand her, and Homelander in season 5, episode 5, have to go to her, and I know that was burning him up, because he wanted to be top everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting.
What do you think about her character? Like
her, I mean, I like her powers.
Right.
I like like you said, the kind of like what she added to the show this season, kind of like a breath of fresh air. After last season, the guy she was talking to on the phone,
okay,
right? And that was Sean Astin, who played Iceman in the X-Men movie. So it's interesting.
Oh, wow.
But the guy she talks to on the phone, he supposedly is supposed to be the guy that Starlight replaced in the beginning of the series. I forget his name. He's like a Green Lantern type character.
Well, hold on. I thought she replaced the Invisible Dude.
Nah, he was still there when it started. He was missing when it got started.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. She replaced this guy to make it 7 and whatnot. So
Right.
we're gonna see more about that. But I thought he was dead. I didn't realize that they locked him up because if you look, that was some kind of like hospital or something like that
Right.
that he was at and whatnot.
Isn't
So
he the guy
apparently,
that he played on Smallville, right? That was his first break, right?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he played Iceman, all the X-Men movies,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, but Bobby, yeah, maybe Bobby, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. As far as her, man, yeah, I like her wit, I like her charm, I like what she brings to the show. She's likable and unlikable at the same time. She's very, very interesting. And sometimes Homelander could be like one tone, so
Right.
she's kind of like a little. She got more than one
Yeah.
tone. Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna get out of her besides her speaking her mind. But sometimes you're like, you know what? I agree with her. Sometimes you're like, that's messed up. So yeah, where Homelander is just that straight, all about himself bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of a boring bad guy, to be honest with you, a
Yeah,
little bit, as far as some of the things that he says and whatnot. And some of the stuff he's doing, but I get it's more adult and they bring it into a new age. Kind of like with the part he did with what's her name? The one like Wonder Woman or whatever.
Yeah, Meg or Meg.
Yeah.
Meg.
Yeah, with her. And making her come out about being gay and not putting it out in the film and stuff like
Right.
that. Like I feel like that, he's so feared by everybody. And
Everybody.
that's another thing. That's another thing too. Like, I guess it should be true to life, but nobody was scared of any other superheroes in comics stuff like that. Like they fear Homelander.
Superheroes were good guys. Superheroes. He's a superhero that's a bad guy. So that's what's the reason why the show is so good, because it's like they take what you know and love about superheroes, but put realism in it. Like imagine if Superman, oh, well, he loves Superman, but he was an a-hole behind the scenes. That's pretty much Homelander. The world think he's this great guy, but in episode 5 is showing when he killed the one guy overseas and accidentally he killed the super terrorist, but ended up killing an innocent person.
I
So
know.
now people are like, wait.
But what I'm saying is like other supes weren't scared of other supes, or other villains weren't scared of other villains. It was like we're all powerful.
Yeah, because that's why the show is awesome. Because the writing for everything else was, oh, it's like the Smurfs, la la, everybody's happy, we're good guys. Batman, like everybody. Superman, this is the show that's like superheroes with reality to it. Like, okay, they make it like if you're a superhero, you're just a goody two shoe, and every superhero get along. That's what we grew up and know to love. That's probably what made X-Men popular, because you had like Wolverine, like Cyclops' girlfriend. Like it had a level of like, oh, that was always a thing. That's a little real life. Batman and Superman never really had issues. Even the Avengers, that's what we're liking now, seeing like them do different writing as we got older, like, oh, Iron Man and Captain America didn't like each other, but the boys goes all the way, like with reality of like, oh, the most powerful guy could be the a-hole and he wants to be more popular and he wants to be liked more than everybody. So
yeah. Yeah, they go all the way, because not only is he like they don't like each other, like Captain America, Iron Man, whatever, but they fear him. And that's the difference. Like the other suits fear him, where nobody fear. Batman was like, "Yo, I ain't scared of you, suit. I don't got no powers, and I'm scared of you."
Right. And I always said it. When people always said, "Oh, Batman could be Superman," I was like, "That's because the comic books they write it because Clark Kent is the super goody two shoe, so he'll never just laser beam Batman in the face, right? He would be like, "Oh, I shouldn't do that. Do that to Homelander. You gonna get laser beamed in the face."
But you know what else? They gave Superman the kryptonite, something that could take him down.
Right.
They haven't given anything to Homelander at all.
Right.
Or whatnot. Yeah.
That's the
thing about it. Yeah, they gave Superman at least one weakness to take him down. They didn't give him anything to Homelander, so that's the difference, I guess. But yeah, no, I think this season, because we're close to wrapping it up.
Yes,
they don't give enough. It's not enough battles to me overall.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of like, because my thing is, we're on episode 5. It's only 3 left. Because those first 3 came out like it did.
Right.
Which I was happy about. But now, season's almost over with. I mean, it's only 8 episode season. It should be 10, I think. I think now on all shows should be at least 10 episodes, by the way.
I agree. So, and I didn't even know it was only 8. Wow, that hurts just hearing that.
Yeah, right? So, and because they dropped the first 3 at one time, it goes really fast. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I feel like it's been a lot of development, but not a lot has happened. So I'm like, I hope the season doesn't keep going more with that because
Well,
you haven't even really seen the boy. Besides that one scene in the tunnel, you really haven't seen the boys interact with the Supes at all this season. But last season you saw it a lot
and
more.
you still gotta, I feel like they added a bunch of characters and narratives that you still didn't really get fleshed out. Like they made a big deal about the guy, I forgot his real name, but he was on Breaking Bad, Los Pollos. So
Yeah.
they made a big deal how he was the main bad guy in this, but you really haven't seen him that much. He had that one good interaction with Homelander, and that was kind of like it, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the son. We haven't seen the Homelander's son in a couple episodes. Yeah, I feel like there.
A-Train getting fired and replacing A-Train with the other guy and stuff like that.
Right. It's like so much that I'm assuming season two is going to end with so many cliffhangers. It has to, unless they try to crunch so much, and you're going to feel like Game of Thrones. And that was.
I feel it's going to end with a lot of cliffhangers, and it's going to be like a great season 3. This might be like a transition season.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's still a decent watch, but it's not as good as season 1 at all.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like transitioning to a bigger season 3 for some reason. But like I said, I wish it would be 10 episodes to kind of get, more going. So, because, I don't even know where the boys themselves go from here, right? Because they're leaving, I guess, Butcher's aunt's place, after surviving, what's the other one? Black Noir and stuff and whatnot. And what he could, I like Black Noir, by the way. He don't say nothing, but I like him.
Yeah.
It's funny. So,
like an evil Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Yeah. And even his ringtone made me laugh. Like when he called him and stuff like that. Wow. And the way he threw the Ninja Star, I guess, at Mother's Milk, I was like, wow, he's come out of nowhere with stuff. So I kind of like Black Noir, but they fear him too, by the way. So I think because they don't know what he is and stuff.
Right.
Like
yeah,
that,
and he seems really strong too.
Yeah, and I feel like they're spending too much time on this like fake movie they're making. Like, I think.
So when they first started off in episode 5, I thought like that was gonna be the only time. In the beginning, they was all talking. I said, "Oh, I bet this is like a movie they're making." So then they showed it was a movie they was making. But then they got so much of the movie they're making in the movie, and I was like, and that point is only to mess with May. So I feel like you're taking too much time. What the angle? We get it. Homelander don't like her because she fell in love with somebody, and they used to mess with each other. But come on, like.
Yeah, it's just it's doing too much for me at that point. So yeah, with 3 episodes left, I'm interested to see where they go from here because there's not a lot of time, like you said. Right. But I'm starting to feel like it will wind up being like more of a transition season. With probably one really big, huge cliffhanger that'll lead to other stuff. And you know what else? They already know they got picked up for season 3. So sometimes it's easier to write because you can say, all right, we're going to set this up for season 3 because we know we're getting season 3.
Especially you would think if they just got picked up for season 3, they're going to want to do more. So why don't we make season 2 end so epic with a climactic clash you're waiting for? So literally everybody's like, oh my God, I can't wait for season 3 because the way it ended,
Yeah, I agree. But I guess to end it, I would say, how do you stack it up so far against last season?
Again, my thing is when you do something right the first time, it's almost hard to strike lightning in a bottle. Number one, when you do something right the first time, you get that, oh my God, this is cool, this is different, right? Again, the reason why I really, 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 really like Brightburn, right? So this is for me as a grown-up world of Brightburn. But it's hard to give you that same feeling again because you already got it before. It's hard to strike lightning twice. So I guess I'll end it by saying it's good, but season 1 still was better to me because I feel like season 1 felt like more things happened. Like even when I think of season 1, I think of like, oh, was it only 8 episodes? Because I feel like it was a full, like long, I feel like I got so much out of season 1.
Yeah.
And then when you just made me realize, oh, it's only 3 episodes left. And I feel like, wow, I feel like not much really happened in this one.
Right. That's my problem. It's like a lot of exposition explaining and not a lot of action at all.
Not getting anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Like not getting anywhere. That one episode when Nico's brother was killed, that was great. Yeah. But I need more episodes like that. You know what I mean?
Because
like,
that felt like you had a conclusion to something. You got somewhere. You started this character off. They was trying on this little journey, and in the end, dude got killed, and it was like, oh wow. I feel like that could have like ended the season the way that episode ended.
Because even the stuff with Nico right now and what's the other one? The Frenchie and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I'm like, where is that going? You know what I mean? That seems like it's kind of slow paced and whatnot. Her dealing with her brother's death and him not ever knowing what she's talking about. Why don't you go learn sign language, bro? By the way, like you've been saying
yeah.
it for 2 years, you don't
You
know
know
what
what
she's saying,
this is.
right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
It feel like it's so much left unspoken for, then how could they all sum it up in 3 episodes? And if they try to, it's gonna feel like a rush job again, like the end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and then like even this episode, you saw like Stormfront confront Starlight that she knows that she's the one who leaked it. That's like a whole nother story now.
Right.
The deep, his story is useless. Him being wherever he at, getting
Yeah.
married. I'm like, you don't even need that
Like, is
at
that
all.
ever gonna come full circle? Because I feel like it's not. It's like, what's the
Yeah,
point of spending time with? Yeah, that story.
yeah. So we'll see. I would definitely say it's not as good as season 1, but I'm gonna give it some more time and see
Yeah.
where it goes.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I definitely still think it's good. Again, there is
oh, it's
still no
good
other superhero show like this, you know,
at all.
like
No,
at
no.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. And also one last thing I'll say, I think they try to focus too much on shocking moments, like when Nico ripped the guy's skin off and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
that was crazy.
it was crazy, it was shocking, and I guess it's good, like a good highlight, but I don't want to trade off shock value for like good story. You know what I mean? So I want to keep making sure the story is good. I don't care if you shock me if the story is good. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I
So
agree. But I
anyway,
do feel this is what make it special though. You're not going to see Superman rip somebody's face off. So I
oh
feel like
no.
you have to kind of keep that stuff into the show because that is part of what makes this show different. You know, it's gritty, it's extra. It's like when I seen Brightburn and the commercial show that the kid break the girl's fingers, but when you see
Yeah.
the actual movie, he break her fingers and her wrist, you're like, oh God. So this gives me that, you know, the boys give me that I'm not gonna find this level of intenseness in another superhero thing. Nothing.
Got it. Well, we'll keep watching. We'll keep bringing you reviews on it. You know, mostly be spoiler reviews from here on out because you
Right.
know it's a TV show. You got to watch it. That's all I got to say. But
Yeah.
it is good. I love it. I've been loving it since season 1. I'll keep watching it. And you know, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you got any comments on it, like I said, leave it yourself. Any last
All right,
words?
guys. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you catch episode 15 of Big Mike Little Ant, because it should be coming out soon. So with that said, take care, guys.